Welcome YouTubers, we're about to do a Pilates mat workout, beginner level, that's designed for men, or really anyone who might have some of the things that typically happen to men, which is tighter in the hips, not quite as mobile, which can make some of the Pilates exercises difficult just to get into the correct start position. So I'm going to teach some exercises that I use a lot with people who are tighter, particularly men, and it's a great way to get some increase in mobility and to start to understand the principles of Pilates. So I'm going to begin standing. This is a great position to be in for a lot of the exercises that you'll notice if you're a regular subscriber to our YouTube channel that we do down on the mat. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of mobilize the spine. I'm going to start standing tall, and I'm going to take my feet here wider than I normally would. About shoulder distance apart is great. I'm going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and then I'm going to exhale like I'm blowing through a straw. That's actually going to give us some nice recruitment of the abs. We want that. So inhale through the nose and exhale like you're blowing through a straw. Now we're going to add some movement. So you're going to breathe in, and then as you exhale, you're going to drop your head and you're going to flex your spine forward from head to tail as far as you comfortably can. So just go down to where you feel a good stretch, usually in the back of the hamstring and the back of the knee, and then roll back up. Let's do that again. Breathe in and start from your head. Try then to just move the upper back, then the mid back, then the lower back, and just feel the pelvis tip forward. You're going to get a nice stretch there, and then you're going to roll all the way back up to the top. And when you get to the top, try to bring your shoulders back in place and bring your head right back up, centered on top of your spine again. Breathe in and exhale, flex forward, just an easy stretch forward. Now guys, think about your knees here. You don't want to hyperextend your knees and push into the back of them. Keep them loose and then roll up all the way to the top. We're going to do that one more time. Big breath in and then exhale, slowly flex forward. Let the arms just hang. That's going to help pull the shoulder blades apart. You want that. And now draw the abs in here. Pull them up and in like you're trying to touch your belly button to your spine and come all the way back up to the top. From here, we're going to mobilize the knees and hips a little bit. So what I'm going to have you do is stand wide. Take your legs out. We're going to do what's called a sumo squat. So I'm going to come down into this squat position. The knees are tracing over the center of the feet. And then I'm going to come back up. I want my spine to stay as long as possible here. And I'm going to drop my seat as low as I can. What we want to do is increase the mobility of the hip joint and the knee joint while we're also increasing our strength. So you can inhale down and exhale up. Again, you're just going to go down to whatever point you feel good. Before the knees start to cave in, make sure you're pressing the knees open so the knees track over the center of the feet here. And just drop your seat straight down. Keep your back as long as possible and press back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Sinking down as deep as you can and come back up. Watch those knees. And again, sinking down and come back up. Now, from here, we're going to add a little more spine mobility. So I want you to take one arm up and you're going to stretch over to the side. Reach that arm that's hanging toward the floor. Make it active. And then come up and lower the arm back down. Breathe in, the arm goes up, and then you exhale over to the other side now. Let your head go with you and just stretch on over there. Spine mobility is something you really want to improve. It is one of the keys of Pilates. And come back up. So we want to move the spine in every direction possible. And let's do that again. Breathe in and then exhale over. Up and down. One more time to each side here. Stretch over, come back up and down, and to the other side. Reach over and down. Now from here, we're going to do a little spine twist. So what I'm going to do is take my arms out to the side. We normally do this seated, but standing is a lot more forgiving on the hip joint. You're going to turn as far as you can toward one side. Hold it there for a second. Make sure your hips are still forward because we want the spine to twist, not the pelvis. From there, come back to the center. Let's do an inhale as you turn and an exhale back to center. So I think about my hips going the opposite way that my rib cage is going. You're going to feel your obliques kick in there. Rotate, breathing in, and exhale back. Now we're gonna add 3 pulses. So you're gonna turn, try to go a little further, reach a little further, and then come back to the center. So we're gonna inhale 3 times, a little deeper, and exhale to the center. Keep the hands where you can see them in your side vision. So they're not way back here. Keep them right here, just where you can see them. And turn, and turn. Remember, the hips stay front. Breathe in, and turn, and back to center. Let's do that again. Rotate, again, a little further, and center. One more time on each side. Breathe in, don't hold your breath. 2, 3, and you're pulsing not your arms, but your rib cage. Turning the ribs a little further, and back to center. Now we're gonna combine some movements here. So you're gonna take your feet wider. Take your arms out to the side, and you can have your palms facing forward, still where you can see them. Turn like we did before, and once you're over there, now you're gonna do that forward flex that we did, but only over one leg. Stretch down over that leg, the opposite hand reaches toward the ceiling, come back up, and then to the center. This is called a saw. Rotate, breathe in, exhale down. Much easier in the beginning to do it standing if you've got tight hamstrings. This will help to increase the length of the hamstrings, the range of motion of the hamstrings, and it's still giving you some really good work through the back muscles. As you flex over, they're holding you up, and then they're pulling you back up to the top. Keep the abs involved in this though. So as you flex over, pull those abs in like we talked about before, come back up, and back to center. Do that again. Rotate, don't lock your knee. Remember, keep the knee loose, soft. Come back up, and back to center. We're gonna do one more on each side. Rotate, breathe in, exhale over, come back up, and back to center one more time. Rotate, get that rotation first, and then stretch right over that leg, come back up, and bring it back to center. From here, let's come down onto the mat. We're gonna do what I call the 100 start. So it's not the full hundreds exercise. It's just a great way to strengthen the abs, particularly in the beginning. So from here, I'm gonna flex my upper body up on that exhale. And what I wanna do here is just keep the upper back flexed, but the lower back for today, we're just gonna keep it with a little space between your lumbar spine and the mat. So you might be tucked back here. You wanna drop the tailbone down. From here, your arms are just gonna float right above body level, and your arms are gonna be relaxed, but you're holding them up. And then one at a time, exhale and pick a leg up. Now exhale and pick the other leg up. Now lower the first one down and lower the second one down. Take your eye level and gaze down. Now let's start with the opposite leg. Exhale, take the first one up, then the second, then reverse that, and down. Now let's do the other leg again. Lift, lower, and lower. And last time, lift, and lift. Always start with the other leg. Lower, and lower down. So, from there, we're gonna bend back the other way. So let's flip over here. And what I wanna do is, you can take your legs apart here. They can be as wide as the mat. What you wanna be able to do is just set your hip bones and your pubic bone on the mat. Then stack your hands, and we're gonna lift the upper body up and lower it back down. So I want you to inhale and exhale down. This is really gonna help your extension in your upper back. And what I want you to think about is floating those elbows up a little bit as you lift up, not cranking them up, just float them up. And then come back down. And again, breathe in, lift, and down. Now my bottom ribs are staying in contact with the mat because for this exercise, I'm really focusing on that upper back mobility. It's really great if you sit for long periods of time, either at a computer or driving or both. This is a really good opposite movement that will help bring balance. Inhale up and exhale down. Now from here, we're gonna lift the legs up, and what I want you to do is just a little bit of swimming legs here. So that means you're doing like a flutter kick, but your legs are open, and you're gonna breathe in and exhale. We're just gonna do one more set to finish up here. Inhale
And exhale. Now hold them both up and relax them down. From here, just push back for a second, and we're gonna go into what's called a shell stretch. So you're gonna put your seat close to your feet, hollow out your abs, and just get that stretch through the lower back. And come forward. So that is a really quick beginner workout that's designed to focus on the areas that men usually have issues with, like sitting like this with a straight spine, because a lot of times it's really tough there. If you liked this workout, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, John Gary TV on YouTube, and check out our website, johngarytv.com. That's it for me this time. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Bye, buddy.